congressional decisions and their impact on your finances. Congress is back in session, and the stakes couldn't be higher as lawmakers scramble to address critical issues before a seismic political shift reshapes the legislative landscape. But what exactly is at stake, and why does it matter to you? Not just as a voter, but as someone who could feel the ripple effects in your wallet? This isn't just politics. It's your money, your investments, and the economy at large. With the incoming administration poised to take the reins, Congress has a narrow window to finalize key decisions on government spending, disaster relief, and defense policies. Now let's break down the drama unfolding in Congress. First on the agenda is the looming government funding deadline. With the current stopgap measure set to expire soon, Congress must pass a comprehensive budget to avoid a shutdown. Here's the kicker. A shutdown isn't just a political inconvenience, it's an economic grenade. Federal employees would face furloughs, government services would grind to a halt, and consumer confidence could take a hit. Markets hate uncertainty, and a prolonged shutdown could send stocks into a tailspin. If you think this won't impact you, consider this. Even a short-term shutdown could disrupt federal contracts, delay infrastructure projects, and stall tax refunds. Are you prepared for that kind of financial turbulence? Let me know in the comments if you think Congress will pull it together in time. Meanwhile, disaster relief funding is another hot topic. From hurricanes to wildfires, 2024 has been a record-breaking year for natural disasters, and the cost of recovery is staggering. Lawmakers are debating how much federal aid should be allocated and where it should go. But here's the catch. Every dollar spent on disaster relief adds to the national debt, which has already surpassed $33 trillion. What happens when the cost of borrowing becomes unsustainable? It's a question every taxpayer and investor should be asking. Interrupting for a moment. Did you know that the national debt has grown by over $2 trillion in just the past year? If that doesn't make you reconsider your financial strategy, I don't know what will. Hit that like button if you want more content on how to protect your wealth in an era of rising debt. Back to Congress. Defense policy is also in the spotlight, with lawmakers debating the annual National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA. This bill sets the budget and priorities for the military, and this year it's loaded with contentious provisions. From funding new weapons systems to addressing cyber threats, the stakes are incredibly high. But here's where it gets tricky. Defense contractors are closely watching these negotiations, and their stock prices could swing wildly depending on the outcome. Are you holding Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, or Northrop Grumman in your portfolio? If so, pay close attention because these companies stand to gain or lose billions based on what Congress decides. And let's not forget the geopolitical implications. With tensions escalating in Eastern Europe and the Indo-Pacific, the NDAA could shape America's military posture for years to come, influencing everything from global trade routes to energy markets. If you're invested in oil, natural gas, or even semiconductors, these decisions could indirectly impact your returns. Let's pivot to tax policy because this is where things hit closest to home for most Americans. Republicans are pushing for an extension of the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which lowered rates for individuals and corporations. Democrats, on the other hand, are advocating for targeted tax hikes on the wealthy and corporations to fund social programs and reduce the deficit. The outcome of this debate could have a direct impact on your take-home pay, your investment returns, and even the value of your home. For example, higher corporate taxes could lead to lower earnings for publicly traded companies, which might drag down stock prices. On the flip side, extending the tax cuts could stimulate consumer spending, potentially boosting economic growth. But here's the question. Which path will Congress choose, and how can you position yourself to benefit, or at least avoid getting burned? If you're feeling overwhelmed, don't worry. I'll break down the key takeaways for you as we go. Interrupting again. Are you feeling the impact of rising prices and uncertain policies in your daily life? Drop a comment below and let us know how you're managing your budget in this economic climate. And if you're finding value in this video, don't forget to subscribe for more actionable insights. Finally, let's talk about what all of this means for the markets. Historically, the stock market tends to perform well in the fourth quarter, buoyed by holiday spending and end-of-year portfolio adjustments. But this year is anything but typical. With so many unresolved issues on Capitol Hill, investors are bracing for heightened volatility. The VIX, often referred to as the fear index, has been creeping upward, signaling that traders are nervous about what's coming. And it's not just equities. Bond markets are also in flux, with yields on the 10-year Treasury note hovering near decade highs. This has far-reaching implications for everything from mortgage rates to corporate borrowing costs. If you're a homeowner or a business owner, these shifts could directly impact your financial decisions. So what's your strategy? Are you hedging your bets with safer investments, or are you doubling down on high-growth opportunities? Let me know in the comments, because this is a conversation worth having. As we approach the end of the year, one thing is clear. The decisions Congress makes, or fails to make, in the coming weeks will have profound implications for the economy, the markets, and your personal finances. Whether it's passing a budget to avoid a shutdown, allocating funds for disaster relief, setting defense priorities, or deciding the future of tax policy, the stakes couldn't be higher. And while the headlines may focus on the political drama, it's the financial impact that will hit closest to home. So, what can you do to prepare? First, stay informed. Knowledge is power, and understanding the issues at play will help you make smarter financial decisions. Second, diversify your portfolio. In times of uncertainty, a balanced approach is often the safest bet. And third, don't let short-term volatility derail your long-term goals. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on the stories that matter most. Until next time, stay curious, stay critical, and keep questioning the narratives that shape our financial world. And remember, the best investment you can make is in your own knowledge. See you in the next video.